Welcome back to Tekahui Talks, episode 2. Coming at you, into your ear holes, into the vibes. Here we are. Welcome to my room. Or, I don't know what I'm talking about. Just welcome. It's good to be back. I was here yesterday, which is amazing. And, wow, I'm here again today. 2 days in a row. I think that's pretty good. We would call that consistency. And, yeah, so my idea for today is I'm just going to search up some random questions and just answer them. Like, not even anyone's questions. I'm just going to do this live, figure it out right now. I have no idea what their real plan is, but it doesn't need a plan. Just needs to vibe. And I really enjoyed doing the last podcast. So, here we are again. The bro watched one of the episodes last night. And he was like, yo, I like these more than your TikToks, and that they feel real. And I was just saying the same thing. I was like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels right. It feels like the right next step for me to take. Just doing some shit. Podcasting. From now on, I want to do at least 2 episodes a week for now and see how that goes. Maybe more. Probably more, hopefully, if it all goes well. We'll just be nutting them out. We'll just be doing them. And it'll be me. So I'm going to hit y'all with a question. Well, I'm going to type up a question. Questions. Most experienced podcaster in the world. Best podcaster in the world. That's me. Let's go. 500 good questions to ask. That seems like a really great place to start. We're going to go to question 138. What's the worst hairstyle you've ever had? This is a good question. I got some pretty clap photos of me just showing off the old hairline situation. I think when I was at Tekahui, which is intermediate. So, yeah, 7 and 8, I was hitting you with the side swipe. Like, full side swipe. I don't know. I've got long hair, for those of you that are just listening. It just looked stupid. Like, I was kind of going for that fuckboy era, like, for people with short hair, though, and they slick it back into the side, it's got that, like, looking like Justin Bieber type-ish, if you know what I mean? And I'm talking about, like, Justin Bieber with, like, you'll be anything you want. That one. If I was your boyfriend, and I had the hair slicked back, trying to be like him, basically. And, I didn't look like him at all. So there we go. Worst hairstyles. We're going to go to another random question because why the fuck not? What's the cutest thing you can imagine? Something so cute it's almost painful. I would say... okay, that's quite a, description. Just any cat photo. Cats are adorable. There's a lot of good cat memes out there, I can attest to. I think we all know that, though. Like, yeah, man. Cats or dogs or, animals helping other animals just because they're like, this is what I've got to do. I think that stuff's quite cute. This is my best answer. But if I was to say something in this room, I would go for my hot water bottle. Probably, the cutest thing I've got. Other than me, of course. It's a little rabbit. Sounds good, eh? What is your opinion on the political... I'm going to ask the rabbit a question. What's your opinion on the political and economical state of the environment? True. Nice. Yeah, that's the cutest thing I've got. That rabbit. Okay. 484 is the best question to ask. What's your favorite TV show currently on air? I'd say SpongeBob. I don't even really watch TV like that, but SpongeBob's always going to be a favorite. Watched it since I was a little kid and just because of good memories. Because I think it's still airing on Nickelodeon or maybe Channel 3 on the weekends or some shit. I don't know how TV works anymore. Question 358. What famous person is actually making the world a better place? Me? I am. I'm sure there's a bunch. No one's really coming to my head. Let's just any celebrity that's doing it or famous person. Shaq, just for DJing really and just being crazy. I'm sure there's lots though, like lots of famous people that are doing good things for the world. Like a lot of it will go unnoticed as well behind the scenes or whatever. But everyone's contributing as well to their like everything. So it's hard to say. It's hard to know. How much time do you spend on your phone? That's a good question. Recently, like just past couple days, I've been real mean. Like I've barely been on my phone. I've been out here in the real world, just like living and shit, which is nice. But when like a couple weeks before that, though, I was kind of going bad, which is ironic because I made the TikTok like, "There's a whole world out there. You got to explore the world and not on your phone," and all that stuff. Ugh. And so, yeah, I was spending like 5 hours a day. I just got stuck in the scroll. Like really stuck in the IG reel scroll. I was like, couldn't get out. But it's alright. We keep moving. I've been trying to like actively not be on my phone as much though, because I'm like, it's too much. Coming back up here, I'm like, okay, let's just settle in a bit. You know, maybe you don't need the phone quite as much as you've been using it. You know, talk about it in your videos. Why, you know, that's what I'm saying anyways. What is your ideal home aesthetic if money wasn't an issue? Okay, this is a good question. I'd say like, I just would want like a nice big house, decent sized house with a good view of some water or like cityscape. I would like an outdoor garden. I think that would be mean as. Pool, spa, a place for me to make music. I'd have a fireplace. Yeah, I don't know. I'm anywhere that's pretty cool. Like, wouldn't mind a few cribs, to be honest. Like in the future, whenever that happens. So yeah, I don't know. Who knows? What is a perfect room temperature? This is a good one. Like, it really does depend on the room you're in and like the purpose of you being in the room. If I'm at the gym, I would like it if the gym was cold. Not too cold, but like kind of chilly. Because I run on warm when I'm, you know, doing all my things. I think everyone does. You know, your blood's moving around your body, your heart's beating. You're like, damn, I need to cool down. So I like just being cooled down by the air around me, like football training and shit, running around in the cold's alright. Wind? Nah. Same thing at night as well. I want the room to run a little bit cold, but not too cold where I'm like, fucking freezing God. Just a good temperature. You need that falling asleep and right, all that whatnot. But if I'm like at home, warm. A warm room is nice to be in. The luxury of that isn't like entirely is like easily doable in my current house setup, just because of how big the rooms are. And how much of them not wanting to pay for the power, you know? Like, that's just expensive. We saving that money. Running with the hot water bottle. These are actually quite interesting questions. It's a conversation starter with ma. We're talking to me. Also, if you guys liked the title and the description, I put it into ChatGPT and it did it for me. I thought that was pretty funny. How do you feel about snakes and spiders? Depends on the day. I was in Aussie once, a few years ago, and I walk in the store and I see like, it's not even a fucking real snake, it's a fake snake in the room next to me, or like, you know, through the wee glass in the cabinet, and I'm like, ooh. I did a big old jump. And we was walking around there, and fucking went on to Thailand for a holiday, I was like, I really thought like there would be scorpions coming up off of the pavement and like trying to attack me and shit. And after a wee bit of time there, I realized that's not really going to happen. Living in New Zealand as well, we don't really have snakes, so I'm not too afraid of them in that same way. Spiders, depends how big it is. Like if it's a little guy, I'm like, yeah, all good. Crush it, or just let it go. Depends. But if it's a big guy and he's looking like he's got some like bionicle arms, like 25 eyes that are all looking at you, has you locked in as a target, I'm gonna stay away from you. Lifted up a rock the other day and I just saw one of those big boys and I'm like, y'all are scary. Y'all are valid in that regard. Got like the camo aesthetic, like, I don't know, waterproof. He's basically Arterex Spider. And at my old whare back in Dunedin, spiders just run rampant in that place. So at the same time, it's kind of just like, oh, sup, G? Sup? You know, they'll like crawled on my face like multiple times. And I'm like, what is that? Oh, that was a spider. And by then, I'm kind of just like, oh, yeah. Really depends on the day. What did you need help with most often? Say, confidence. Just needed like that reassurance from people around me that I'm like all good enough growing up as a youngin'. But what do you need help with? I would say, okay, currently, probably, I don't know. I'm pretty good at the moment. Like, I've got all the things that I can need help with. I don't know. I'm pretty all good at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to settle for that. What's the worst thing you ate from a fast food restaurant? Probably I got this cheeseburger one time and I was like, yep, cheeseburger. Keen. And it didn't have any cheese in it. I was pissed off because I was like, I low-key, like when I was driving through the order, I feel like either like I manifested it or I could just feel the vibes. I was like, something's going to be off. But I didn't like pay any attention to it. I was like, nah, whatever, you're just tripping. Go through the drive-through, order, get my meal. I drive on, like, got to John Wilson Drive, so it's kind of we look out on the beach. Open it up, unwrap the burger. I'm like, there's no cheese in it. That was whack. That's all I had to say. And that was the worst thing because it was just like not the right thing. Oh, nah, okay. I was in Thailand airport and I got Subway and I got teriyaki chicken. And that didn't agree with me in my bowels. So I'd say that was pretty whack. That was super fucking whack, actually. Because we're flying, so we're going all the way around the place and back to NZ. I'm just like, wouldn't recommend it, eh? Stay away from chicken if you're at the airport. Tips for young players. So you don't have to learn that one the hard way. What's the most amazing place in nature you've ever been? Loki, I would say Perkanui. One of the best spots in Dunners and one of the coolest spots. I did go like boating in Thailand as well. I feel like everything brought up Thailand like multiple times in this past 13 minutes. But while we're here, we're here. We're going on a boat in Phuket, Thailand. And we just go boating and just around these crazy islands. But to be honest, they look pretty similar to Perkanui and like the hillscape type stuff. Like it was pretty gnarly. I've been all around the ways away. There's like so many cool spots just around the whole country as well. So it's like, depends. Like infinite. I just feel like I've been to infinite places. Like if you're here, you've probably seen my like short form stuff. I go to places. I'm so sorry. Like heartburn's going up at the moment. I think I'm not eating as healthy as I should be. So my body's like, yeah, bro, get this shit out of you. But that's just life, eh? What always cheers you up when you think about it? My future dream vision. When I envision that stuff and envision myself in a scenario where I'm like, ooh, some good shit's happening. Makes me feel good. I think, tip for young players. Like, when you have those thoughts of like, I like that. I like seeing myself in those shoes in that future. Like, just go into that feeling and how it feels. Because the more you focus on that and feed that, like, it's like its own thing, its own vibe, own wee thought that kind of can garner all your space in your brain. And the more that you just like attract those ones, like more of them will come off, and you'll keep tangenting off of them, and then keep having that same feeling as well. With that like optimism and like blind vision can be so like, oh yeah. So I just see myself in like 10 years doing everything I want. You know, I'm happy as everything's going mean, yada yada, like, and I'm just, I'm there. I go into my mind and I'm there. And so, yeah, it always cheers me up. Just envisioning any like way that you would want things to be as well. Just because then you're kind of setting your goal as well, your flight path. Writing them down as well is really good. Write down how you want life to be, if it's not at the moment how you want it to be. What animal would you most like to eat? I'm going to have to go cow or deer. Because venison is delicious. And yeah, we're going to go with venison. So eat cow, fucking deer. I would like to go and hunt it myself and catch it and butcher it. I mean, not just by me, maybe with some friends. That would be cool because it feels a bit more natural that way, and they're also a pest, so it's not like we're like, you know, they're the ones that are messing up the native wildlife. Like, we're doing a favor by getting rid of them type of stuff. So, yeah. No, easy question. What fictional characters have you had a crush on over the years? I haven't really had any crushes on, like, any fictional characters, to be honest. Like, I'm not out there just like, oh, Shrek. Oh. But that'd be funny if I was. What would the box with all your hopes and dreams inside look like? It would be a big, happy box of smiles and good times and money and success and chill vibes and outsideness and sunshine and just the best box. That's what it would look like. These questions are funny, eh? What two things are terrible when separate but great when you put them together? I don't fucking know, eh? Terrible separate but good when you put them together. That sounds like a trick question. I don't know, man. Maybe my brain just isn't adept enough to like understand or find a scenario for that. If I googled it, I'd find an answer, but I'm not gonna Google nothing. Not gonna Google nothing. What invention doesn't get a lot of love but has greatly improved the world? I'm sure that like, whatever invention it is that's greatly improved the world will be getting love from somewhere, from someone in some regard. Because I guarantee you there's someone that geeks out about that specific invention and knows so much. So, you know, they're just all getting the same amount of love. We love you all this equal amount. What mythical creature do you wish actually existed? Mermaids. How cool would that be? Imagine like a mermaid shawty pulling up. Just take you. If they're not like trying to like eat you and kill you and shit, surely they can just eat fish, you know, like, and seafood and stuff. And then like we'd just be homies. Like take you on swims. You could wheel her around in a bathtub, right, around town and stuff. Surely. And AI is so good, you could just like make her some legs, you know? I don't know. What unethical experiment would have the biggest positive impact on society as a whole? Unethical experiment. Yeah, man, we had one of them back in the day. This is too much of a confusion. I'm just going to run to another question. What biggest unethical experiment? Well, if the idea that population control is we've got way too many, say we've got 3 billion too many people, just killing them, you know, on that Thanos shit, right? Be pretty unethical experiment to see what happens. What happens if we sounds like a Mr. Beast, evil Mr. Beast video. What happens if we kill 3 billion people? Well, we did it tonight. What obstacles would be included in the world's most amazing obstacle course? I'd say everything from Wipeout. I'd say you have to drive an SUV and try and avoid a lady walking down the street. You got to drift, and there's like instead of cones, it's just people. And you got to, like, if you drift them, like, you hurt them, you go to jail. So it's like extra, like, serious. Yeah, that's my answer. What riddles do you know? I don't know any riddles. Riddle me that, boy. What movie quotes do you use on a regular basis? I don't use any movie quotes on a regular basis. What do I look like? A movie quote generator? What charity or charitable trust causes deserving most of the monies? None of them. No, I don't know. Ones that are doing cool shit, I guess. I don't really know much about charitable trusts, and don't really know much about them, so I'm not sure. Sorry. We're gonna answer one last question. It's gonna be the best question that you've ever heard. This is gonna be the question that we're gonna end today's episode on. It's going to be question 2. Okay, Tekahui, I'm going to ask you a question. If you could talk to animals and they would understand you, but you couldn't understand them, what would you do with that power? I would tell the cows how much I love them and how much of my friends they are. And I would go talk to the chickens and be like, thank you for your eggs. I love you. These are delicious. I'm eating your babies. And then I would tell dogs, yo, I would just talk with the animals. That's all I'm saying. I would just say stuff to them. Maybe I would just like vent all my problems and just be like, beep, 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 beep. And there's like, I know, right? And like, I'm just trying to figure out, and they're like, what? And like, I wouldn't know exactly what they're saying, but like, if they were to respond, surely I could just hear like a or like, arr. This is a weird idea, but quite a fun one to play with. Yeah, I would just talk to animals if I could talk to them. That's my answer. That's the best answer. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up today's podcast. If you made it all the way to here, though, fucking good, cunt. Like, I'm glad you're rocking with it. Like, if you actually are fucking with these, let me know. Feel free to send a DM, come and say hi. I answer my DMs. And thank you just for supporting me on this journey. Feel like I can take all this stuff real far. I can do cool shit. And just do it. I want to be able to do shit in a way that works for me and just feels good and like just keeps going, and like this feels really good. So I'm going to keep doing it. I've already smashed out another episode and I'm stoked as fuck about that. That is a win in my books. So I'm just going to go enjoy the rest of my night, and thank you so much for watching. We're going to keep vibing on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.